think Patty's here.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. It's such an honor to have our Prime Minister in Thunder Bay, and I'd like to start by acknowledging that we are on the traditional territories of Fort William First Nation and that we have a number of elected officials with us. We have Chief Peter Collins, of course, from Fort William First Nation. We have Minister Michael Gravelle, Minister Bill Morrow, Mayor Keith Hobbs, and Councillor Joe Verderamo. So thank you to all of you for being with us as well. And I'd also like to give a thanks to the City of Thunder Bay Transit for hosting us. We know that it's no small feat hosting a Prime Minister, and we know that all of the employees worked extremely hard to make sure that this event was a success. So many of them are behind us, and I just want to thank them all for their incredible work, not just for today, but also for the work that they do getting our citizens around our town. So thank you very much. Maybe we can give them a round of applause. So it's been my incredible honor, as you know, to be not just your MP for Thunder Bay Superior North, but to be appointed to Cabinet as a Minister of Status of Women by our incredible Prime Minister. When I first had the opportunity to meet our Prime Minister, in fact, he was a candidate and I was a candidate, and he immediately impressed me in person just as much as he had on paper. And so it's just been an honor and an incredible privilege to get to know him in a deeper way and watch his incredible leadership across this country on so many issues that many of you know are near and dear to all of us, but especially to me. This is actually his third official visit as a candidate, and formerly and now his first official visit as a Prime Minister to Thunder Bay, and I think it demonstrates the importance of Northern Ontario to this government, but also to the fact that Northern Ontario is seen in government, and we do recognize the needs of Northern Ontario, our unique qualities, and the fact that we are a large contributor to the success of Canada. It is time for Canada to start to make smart and strategic investments that will grow Canada's economy and strengthen the middle class. So without me saying too much more, it's my incredible honour to introduce the Prime Minister of Canada, the Right Honourable Justin Trudeau.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Patty, for that wonderful and warm welcome and introduction. And let me just highlight how extraordinary she's been as Minister for the Status of Women and as a strong voice around Cabinet, not just for the issues that she's been tasked with, but for Northern Ontario, for Thunder Bay, and for the kind of future we all need to build together. So thank you, Patty, for all your hard work. I also want to start by thanking Roy Charlie, who is our bus driver today. Thank you, Roy. I'm one of those rare politicians that actually love campaigns and love campaign buses, so it was a nice bit of nostalgia to be back on a bus with a lot of good memories. And really, being on that bus, you couldn't ask for better company than I had right now. Obviously, with Patty and Don, our great local MPs who've done an amazing job of making sure that Thunder Bay is strongly represented in Ottawa, and that the concerns that we're challenged with in Ottawa every day are fully reflecting the realities and the opportunities here in this part of the country. I want to thank both of them for being here today and for doing such a great job representing the people of Thunder Bay each and every day. I do have to highlight that the last time I was in Thunder Bay, Patty and Don put on a great rally for me at the airport. Now I'm coming again, and we're putting a big rally at the bus station. So this is a great opportunity to really see the heart of what the hard work going on here in Thunder Bay, and to really highlight that. But of course, the federal government is just one level of politics, and being able to be here with Mayor Keith Hobbs and your MPPs Michael Gravelle and Bill Morrow, who are also ministers, is a real pleasure as well. Thank you guys for being here. It's a real pleasure. And of course, being here with Chief Peter Collins of the Fort William First Nation, on whose traditional territory we are, is an honour and a pleasure as well. Thank you, Chief, for your welcome today. And I want to thank all of you for coming out here to the Thunder Bay Transit facility today. The people behind me who work here work hard to keep the transit system up and running and in good repair. And I know that can be a very challenging job. Thunder Bay Transit, like transit systems all across Canada, has been hard-pressed to keep up with the kind of system improvements that passengers expect. The Mayor understands this, so do the people who rely on the city's buses and on Lift Plus every day. You see, riders know that reliable service isn't just about convenience. It's about getting to work on time or getting to a job interview on time. Transit is a vital connection to the community, whether you're taking the kids shopping or going out for brunch at the Hoidu. The work that's done here in the facility helps to make better, more reliable transit service possible. I'm happy to announce today that this important work has new federal investments to back it up. In last month's budget, we announced $3.4 billion in investments in public transit over the next 3 years, starting this year. These investments will improve the reliability and efficiency of public transit systems, strengthen communities, and grow Canada's economy. Here in Ontario, this will mean an investment of nearly $1.5 billion over the next 3 years to achieve those goals. That could mean millions for public transit right here in Thunder Bay as we work with the province. Les investissements que nous faisons ici et partout au pays sont proportionnels au nombre d'usagers qui fréquentent le réseau. Ils serviront à augmenter la capacité, à améliorer le service et à faire les réparations dont le système a besoin depuis très longtemps. Cela inclut les projets qui sont dans les plans d'immobilisation des municipalités depuis des années, mais qui n'ont jamais vu le jour faute de moyens. Ici, à Thunder Bay, cela pourrait se traduire par des nouveaux autobus ou des améliorations pour les arrêts d'autobus et les trajets. There are 3 things that are different about the investment we're announcing today. First, it's immediate. Municipalities will start to receive the funds they need to get started this year. Second, it's more generous. To get projects moving quickly, the federal government will fund up to 50% of the eligible costs for projects. Third, we're giving provinces and municipalities the freedom to invest these funds in the way that makes the most sense for their communities. They're the local experts. They know what needs to be done better than anyone else. Nous sommes dans le processus de mettre en place des critères de base. Après, ce sera au gouvernement à l'échelle locale de décider quelle est la meilleure façon d'investir dans le transport pour leur communauté. Au cours de la prochaine année, nous développerons la deuxième phase d'investissement pour le transport pour financer les projets importants dont les Canadiens ont besoin. Public transit makes the places we call home even better places to live. During the campaign, we promised Canadians that, if elected, we would make the investments in public transit that have been long overdue. Well, I'm pleased to be here today to deliver on that promise. Thank you all once again for being here today, and I look forward to your questions. After we hear from our other distinguished guests.
Well, thank you very much, Prime Minister. And now I'd like to introduce our Mayor, His Worship Keith Hobbs.
Well, thank you very much, Minister, and it is an honor and a privilege to be here today with the Prime Minister. Prime Minister, thank you so much. I had the honor of having a roundtable at City Hall with the Prime Minister before the election, and so to get to meet the Prime Minister twice in the year is pretty awesome. And I just can't say enough about this government already. I want to recognize Ministers Gravelle and Morrow from the provincial level. Thunder Bay has been recognized provincially for its infrastructure and how great we've been at looking after our own infrastructure, and I think that's very important. At the election, the media asked me what I thought about the new government, and I said, it's a perfect storm. That was my quote. It is a perfect storm. We have 3 ministers from Thunder Bay and an MP, and if we don't get attention now, we never will, and we are. And it's just phenomenal. So we just finished our own budget process at the City of Thunder Bay, and we had to defer a bus. And it's horrible to have to do that, especially with people standing behind me who are such big supporters of mine, and I'm very happy that we're having this get-together at Transit. And it's very important for them to have the best equipment. And to have to do that, it's just indicative of what's going on in the country as municipalities struggle with their infrastructure and the costs with that. So, Prime Minister, this is a very welcome announcement. We thank you very much. Minister Hajdu and Minister Rusnak, I know that you're there for us as well, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And now it's my incredible pleasure to introduce to you someone who probably needs no introduction to this crowd, Minister Michael Gravelle. And I'd just like to also acknowledge just the incredible advocacy that he's portrayed over the 20 years, in fact, that he's served our community. And we celebrated his anniversary last year. This is a man who really doesn't need an introduction, but it's my great honor to introduce him nonetheless. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. The short guy's at the podium now, Prime Minister. Yeah, thank you so very much, Patty. Prime Minister, welcome to Thunder Bay and Northwestern Ontario, and a special thanks for this great announcement today about further investment in public transit infrastructure. And thank you for giving me an opportunity on behalf of my colleague Bill Muller and the Ontario government to say thank you for being here and for the great work you're doing, and for may I say the great work that your two members, Minister Hajdu and MP Rusnak, are doing. It's a tremendous relationship. But if I may, I'd like to use my very short time here to thank you for the extremely positive message, Prime Minister, you've delivered across the country, that the federal government, by working in collaboration with all of its partners, can improve the lives of all Canadians. Your consistent and your unwavering message of hope is bringing us all together as we jointly seek a more prosperous and a more fair society. Certainly the province of Ontario is proud to work with you and your government on achieving those goals. And whether it's our shared commitment to historic investments in infrastructure that will build our economy, or our renewed relationship and reconciliation with our Indigenous peoples, or a strong recognition that our municipalities need and deserve our support to truly build and sustain their communities, or indeed speaking to one of the major issues and challenges of our times, our shared determination to work together on the huge impact of climate change. As you know, Prime Minister, Premier Wynne and the Government of Ontario stands with you and beside you, with a clear understanding and a belief that our shared values and principles, with those shared values and principles, we can and we will achieve great things together. It's very exciting to have you here, Prime Minister. Thank you so very, very much. Miigwech.
So I guess I'm ending the event here today. I'm going to thank everyone for coming. I'm going to thank especially the Thunder Bay Transit employees for putting on a great event today. And as Ontario's only First Nation Member of Parliament, I'd be remiss in not thanking my good friend, Chief Peter Collins, for welcoming us on his territory today. So thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. Thank you, the ministers from the Ontario government, and my good friend, Minister Hajdu. So thank you, everyone, for coming. And I understand the Prime Minister